Level up your listening with Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra earbuds and headphones. With immersive sound and world-class noise cancellation for a not-so-silent night. Visit Bose.com/Spotify to shop sound that's more than a present.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I can't even see if my headphones is charging. Hold on for a second. I just need to move them over real quick. Because it's like I got these Beats by Dre headphones and I can't for some reason scoop my chair. There we go. Now I got these Beats by Dre headphones and that's how you know they're charging is when this red light's flashing. I can barely see it. But anyways, now everything is cool and situated, alright. So, yeah, I think tonight I'm going to record some videos. I did tell Zach from Four Souls that I was going to take a break from reaction videos, which I have. I haven't recorded reaction videos in probably a couple of days. Like, yeah, I think it's been like 2-3 days since I recorded my last reaction video. But I've been feeling like not so motivated to do any reaction videos. That's why I've been doing like a lot of podcast stuff. I was like, I've been working on the podcast channel. That's why I told myself that this year I'm gonna try to get like all of the episodes uploaded onto like the YouTube channel and stuff. So because right now I'm on season 8 and I'm recording for like season 51, season 52. Season 52, yeah, season 52. So I'm like, bro, I gotta hurry up and get these podcast episodes out of the way. That's why I set a goal. I set the goal last year, but I set it pretty late. I wanted to get 100 episodes or 100 videos uploaded on each of my channels, but I'm like, bro, it's too late. So I'm like, I definitely this year, that's the goal for all my YouTube channels, get 100 videos on all of them, and yeah, just see where I go from there. So. But anyways, what overall I wanted to talk on today and today's episode is good managers. Like at my old job, because I would have to say right now I'm my own manager, I'm my own boss, supervisor, employee, custodian. Like I do everything. I do everything at my job, which is YouTube. But at my cafe job, I had to say in total I've had 6 managers because there was the 2 catering managers. And then, wait a second, hold on for a second. No. Was it 7? Okay. I feel like it's alright if I say their first names. But then that's the thing, I don't want them to be, like, mad at each other. I don't know, I feel like they'll know who I'm to. You know what? Hey, it's not like I'm going back to this job anyway, so. But, no, I'm not going to say their names. I ain't going to say any names, but. There were two managers where I was like, if I were to see them out in public, I'm like, yo, do you need like a tire changed or like a I don't know, a couple of dollars for some popcorn or something, like a popcorn bag in Safeway? Like, no, there's like the 2 managers. All right, so their names were Adam and Shannon. Adam and Shannon were definitely like, if I had those guys at the same time, I think I would be looking forward to, like, even though I was like just mad tired in the morning when like going to work, because there are some mornings I was like, should I go? Like, I feel like I should and like not really go, like say, oh yeah, I'm on my way, but then be all like, oh man, this homeless guy, he started acting crazy, so I got back on the bus and left. Like I got scared and I panicked. I could have walked into the building, but it was too far. But no, like, I never took days off. Like, for any of those that was wondering, I never took days. There were days that I took off just because I was actually tired. And I'm like, I need me a me day. I just need a day to myself. So there are some days where I did that. And then I think there was like 2 days where I was actually sick. And I worked there for like 4 years. And so I never had took any days off. I don't know why, but it seemed like it was much more easier than school. Like school, I really didn't want to. I guess like because like work, it's different. Like, you know, you're getting paid. There's like, you know, you ain't got to worry about like teachers going off on you for the most dumbest reasons. So I had to say, like, look forward to getting a job that you'll like. Don't get a job that you don't like. Look for a job that you know you would like, and if you don't like it, leave. Like, go work in another place or start your own business or something. I don't know, but I feel like right now during the pandemic, it's probably the best time to really start focusing on a business and things, because I know I was focused on mine, focusing on YouTube is pretty much, it is my business. And I have to say, like, this past 2020, it was good for me. So I guess I would make a good boss. You know, I feel like I would be an even much more better boss if I was more motivated and dedicated to the work and stuff, like, and don't have a day where I'm like, oh man, I can't do it. Like, I wish, like, YouTube, that's one thing that I would really love to do, is to, like, have, like, an office, kind of like, so if you guys, like, follow these this YouTube channel, Complex, I'm pretty sure you guys might know who Complex is, but they report on, like, a lot of different, like, news stuff. They also have, like, one of my favorite, like, series on YouTube, sneaker shopping. So, but Complex, though, that is, like, it's either that or All Def Digital. I think those are, like, the two, like, that's where I'm aiming for. Those, like, that's the ultimate goal, is to have something like that where I just hire people on, and not so much as that they take over my channels, but they more so, like, we're together as a team, and we're just working on each individual channel. So we have our part and stuff, but I overall want it to be like a team thing, not like, you know, we're like a worker, like, you know, people working for me. Like, no, I want this to be like, we're our own bosses. You know, if you want to come here to build up your platform, you can very well do that. But if you want to, you know, just come here to help me with one of my platforms, either way, like, look, we out here to make money. We out here to have fun, and we out here to just, you know, have a foundation for, like, our kids and for their kids, and, you know, just keep building and building and building and stuff. Overall, have, like, one of the biggest, like, businesses in the world. You know, that's a goal right there. So, but anyways, back on good managers. So yeah, two good managers I had was Adam and Shannon. Now, Adam, he was the manager they hired me on, and I'm telling y'all right now, like, Adam, if you hear this, the interview, like, process, because I was nervous. I was really nervous because there was previous interviews. I remember I got interviewed for Chipotle. I got interviewed for Macy's. And I think that was it. I think those are the only two interviews I was really a part of. Chipotle didn't hire me because I didn't know anything about the business. And so I think that's, to me personally, that's not why I would, like, that's not a reason why I wouldn't hire a person. I feel like that there would have to be a much more better reason than that. Like, oh, they look like a person that's not gonna show up. But I feel like that would be judgmental. So I'm like, you know what? No, I need to see. But I was like, I came there with energy. I think I had a Red Bull. So I'm like, I was good. I was straight. But they didn't hire me, and I'm like, wow, all right. And then Macy's, I remember I was more so nervous on the surroundings. They had me in this small room, and I'm like, bro, I can get murdered in here and nobody would know. Like, this room is so small. Like, I wouldn't want to be a manager and be conducting an interview. Like, I'm like, nah, bro, let's go, because it was this Macy's that's in, like, this local mall. And they have, like, a room, like, and I can't even think of the area that it was at. I think it might have been on the second floor or something. But either way, regardless, I'm like, bruh, this room is too small. Like, for those that work with me, it was a lot smaller than the office that we had. Like, you could only fit the one. So there was, like, the desk that was pretty much, like, from wall to wall. Well, of course, like, there was the seating area. Then there was, like, me sitting on, like, the side of the desk. And then right behind me was the door. So there was literally, like, if that guy wanted to leave, I would have to walk out the office just so he can leave and walk back into the. I'm like, dude, you cannot chill in there. You can possibly hide in there. It could be like, it was more of a panic room. It was a panic room for like 1 to 2 people, but that was about it. Like, you fit a third person in there. I'm like, okay, now it's one of those areas where it's like, yo, there's too many people. There's too many people in here, but. No, so anyways, but no, with Adam, it was the most, like, it was an easy interview. It was, and that's the, like, vibe that I was getting from him. It was like talking with a friend of mine. It was honestly, it felt like I was talking with somebody that I was like, I went to school with. And to me, I'm like, that's how you need to conduct an interview. Like, if that, because if you can tell that that person is nervous, and that's one thing where I'm like, even when there are people that would come there and they would be like, oh, I'm here for an interview, and I would try to, like, talk to them, warm them up a little bit, try to, like, not get in their head, but also get in their head, but just to more so relax them. Like, that's when I feel like that the interview will be solid. It would be a dope interview. Because I remember there was one girl that they hired on there, and she came to the wrong location. Hey, look, she ain't the only one. I got lost. I remember they called me in for a second interview, and I got lost, and I was panicking. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna make it. Like, I showed up here early and everything, so I'm not gonna make it. They're not going to hire me and stuff. They're gonna think, oh, he's one of those guys that just like showing up late. And it was funny throughout the whole time I worked there. Always showed up early. There was like maybe one day I think where I did show up late, and that was because of traffic, and them guys knew it was because of traffic, but it was either I showed up on time, which was late for me. Like, to me, I would usually, so like, let's say, because they had changed my schedule a lot there, but I had to say, like, probably the final like few days of working there, well, not even final few days, like, it seemed like that first year I worked there, they changed my schedule a lot. Like, at one point I was coming in at 7, and then there was another point where I was coming in at 7:30. Then they switched it to 9, and then they switched it back down to 7:30. Then they was like, oh, well, just in case you're late, like, let's switch it up to, or I think they wanted me to switch with another person. So then I started showing up at 7:45, and they was like, are you cool? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm still going to show up at like 7 o'clock because I wake up early, and I live like outside of Seattle. So I was like, my thing was like, yo, if I leave at this time, then I have a higher chance of being late. So if I leave at this time, I got a good chance of being early. But if I'm late, I'm going to show up there on time, if that makes any sense. So I'm like, my thing was I had to be there early. So anyways, but what was I saying? So I was like, they called me in for a second interview. What else was I saying? Dang, I was saying something, completely forgot. Like, trying to explain to people how it was set up for me. All right, well, you know what? We're just going to move on past. We're going to just scratch out whatever I was saying. So anyways, first interview was solid. It was dope. I remember they offered me food, and they offered me water and popcorn. Or they offered me food, and then they offered me something to drink. And I was all like, no, I'm fine. Like, I'm nervous. So I can't really eat or drink anything right now. Like, do y'all have Red Bull? Because I think that'll probably be the one thing that would it will relax me, but like at the same time, like the nervous, like, my nervous self, I feel like if I was to just drink some Red Bull, I might have been fine. But I'm like, it probably would have added on. And then I've been just in there like sweating, looking crazy and stuff. I'm like, yeah, you ain't gonna get no job acting like that. But anyways, but no, first interview was solid. Like, we were sitting there, just at one point it just seemed like we were having a conversation. It didn't even seem like that we were having an interview, and I was like, I like this. This is nice. Like, this is cool. Like, I mean, obviously, like, asked him like interview questions, which he did, but then we went over it all, and so we were just sitting there just talking. And I was like, okay, like, I'm used to this. I'm used to just sitting down and talking with people. So I'm like, that's a good tactic. Like, that was a very, very good tactic. And so then, yeah, we were walking around for a little bit. And he was cool. I was all like, man, I'm telling you, him leaving that place, because spoiler alert, he ended up getting switched to a Starbucks account. And that was worse than like your favorite character leaving a TV show. I'm like, bruh, are you serious? Like, this, to me, this was up there with like Glenn getting killed off in The Walking Dead. I'm like, wow, bro. Like, this is how it all ends? Dang, like, it was, honest, because I remember the last day, I remember he came up to me, he gave me a hug, and I can hear sad music playing in the background. I'm like, man, I walk up out of there, it's just, like, the scene was all dramatic. If it would have been raining, I probably would have shed a tear. I think it was, like, during the summer when he left. I just remember it wasn't raining outside, but I was like, dang, wow. I'm like, that is, wow, all right. And then after him, I think that's when they hired Shannon. I think, yeah. Or no, they actually hired somebody else. They hired this another guy that worked there. And then I think at some point in time, they hired Shannon. And Shannon, at first, Shannon, she kind of, we can both admit to each other, like, we both had an attitude towards each other. I feel like that's something that she would hear this and be like, yeah, that was true. But I'm not afraid to admit it. Like, I had an attitude problem when working there. I did. Because I was one of those, I'm a very rebellious person. So I think that's probably best, like, YouTube is, like, it's a job for me. Because I'm like, I feel like it's okay for me to be rebellious on the internet. Like, that's how everybody is. But when you're in, like, a business that's not owned by you, and then you're trying to, like, be a rebellious person, yeah, that's not gonna work. So Shannon's telling me things. I'm all like, who is she? Like, she just started working here like 48 hours ago, and she telling me what to do, not realizing that she's my boss. So I'm sitting there like, wait a second, she's my boss. Okay, so let me just backtrack. So then we ended up being cool with each other. And yeah, then I seen that she was a sneakerhead, and I was like I think around that time I was already a sneakerhead by the time she was working there. So yeah, I was all like, oh well, yeah, is she in here wearing which Jordans did she have? Because I'm all like, I don't think you realize like what kind of Jordans you have. And it was some Jordans that when I seen them, I was like, yo, those are dope. And then she just walks in with them. I'm like, so I see what you're doing here. Like, you're like, look, I thought we were cool, and now you just walk in here. I honestly wish that I was still working there, because I bought in some heat since the pandemic has started. Because one of the shoes that I got were the Bread 11s, and I definitely would have been showing them off like every time. I was always showing off shoes to her. That was like one thing that I would do. I would roast her shoes, and then she would compliment mine. Yeah, it was weird. I was like, you're my manager, and you just allowed me to roast your shoes. Like, if I had to wear like the shoes that I was wearing, and she was like roasting them, or I had an employee, I'm all like, hey, you realize like I will fire you. Like, you keep roasting my shoes like you are, I will fire you. And I'm like, and I will not care. Was it this that was? I think it was these ones. Jordan 1 Retro High, Homage to Home. Is it Homage or Homage? I don't freaking know. Hold on, let's ask Google real quick. Nope, they don't even. Wait.
Homage.
Homage. Okay, so it's Homage. Homage to Home, non-numbered. I don't know which ones she had. I don't know if they were the non-numbered or numbered ones. But anyways, she has those. And I was like, it's like the half like bread, and then it's the half like Chicago ones. And I was like, wow. Okay, so you have some heat right now. Those came out in 2018. Well, I feel like she's had them. Oh, I guess like maybe she has had them since that time. I don't know why I feel like she's had them a lot longer. But I'm like, how do you even acquire those? Like, I never had asked her that. I never asked her like, how did you get those shoes? You were just walking and then just like, oh, those are some nice Jordans. I think I'll pick those up. Not realizing like these are Jordans that you'll see like celebrities wearing like on the red carpet or somewhere. Like, these shoes would be some shoes I would wear to an award show. Like, I would have like my outfit being like black and white. Oh, that would be such a dope outfit. I know people would probably like laugh at. I know like some of the employees that I worked with, they probably would laugh at me, but I'm like, hey, yo, this is fashion, bro. Like, you can laugh at me all you want, but I'm like, this is I don't know. I don't even know what outfit it would go with. I feel like, I don't know, Versace would create some. Maybe not. Maybe Gucci. I feel like Gucci would probably have like an outfit that goes with this. Maybe Balenciaga. Probably Balenciaga. Ooh, I would wear like some like Nike sweatpants with the red Balenciaga, with like a red and black. Like, it would be like a red, but that would cost too much, bro. Nah, I'd just probably give me a Nike jumpsuit and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. That's the type of person I am. I'm like, I don't really want to go all out with no suit. Probably like for my wedding day or something, but no other special. If I'm winning like an award for YouTube, yeah, I'm wearing like a jumpsuit. Like, I'm wearing like a Nike jumpsuit, and I'm like, y'all better accept it, take pictures, cause this is all you gonna get out of me. But yeah, she had those shoes. I'm all like, so, but no, Shannon was dope. Shannon, she's a pretty dope manager. She's definitely somebody that's like you can sit down and have a conversation. Like, it's like talking with a friend of yours. Like, honestly, that's what it felt like. My thing is that when you build that relationship with your manager to like that friend level to where y'all are like following each other. Cause Adam, I played Forza with him. For those that Forza is a racing game on Xbox. So there'd be days where I would come into work. Cause no, it was funny. I'll never forget this day. I come into work. Usually he'll just be all like, "Hey, what's up?" or "Good morning," something like that. As soon as I walk in, I was like, "Oh, what's up, Adam?" And he was like, "You beat me with the 19." I can't. It was the car from the movie Christine. I think it was a 1957 like 7 Plymouth Fury or something like that. I don't know, but it was a Plymouth Fury. But he was all like, I remember I walked in. He was like, "You beat my score." He was like, "You beat my time with the Plymouth Fury." I was like, "Oh, my bad, man." I was like, "I ain't." Like I seen it as competition. Like I was like, "I understand you're my manager, but competition comes first." Like I'm sorry, but I'm like, I work extra harder today at work, but I'm like, I'm just saying, like when you put me in a situation like that where a time needs to be beaten, I will beat that time. But it's like the car that I beat him with, it was a pretty old fashioned car. I think he had more of a modern car. I had like 1950s car and stuff, but I souped it up. I think I remember in that game I put like the most expensive engine that you could in there and just souped up everything. So I was like, yeah, of course I'm gonna do that. I'm like, I understand you're my manager and all, and I need to have a respect for you. But I'm like, when it comes to video games and I'm outside of the perimeter, like if it were like if the Xbox was there at the at the cafe, I would let him win because he's my manager. But if it came to a point in time where I'm all like, you know what? I'm all like, I don't care no more. I just have a don't care attitude. Then I would think about it. I would think about beating him in the race if the Xbox was at the cafe. But since we were off cafe property and I was in a completely different city, I was in the comfort of my own home, I have to beat your score. I'm sorry. I'm like, I shouldn't, but I should. I remember one time his son messaged me. And I think his son was all like, "You worked with my dad?" And I was like, "Yeah, I work with them. Yeah, he's my manager." And he was like, "That's so cool." I thought that was the funniest thing ever. I was like, that's dope. I'm like, that's pretty dope. I remember with Dan, I was like, I met his family. I was like, they were super chill. Like that whole family. That's one of those families. I'm all like, y'all are chill. Like I want y'all to be like next door neighbors or something. Like, no, y'all are chill, but. That's one thing I definitely have planned. I don't know what to do with Shannon. I'll probably just, because I know Shannon is into sneakers, but I'm like, I can't just get her just sneakers. But I just know I have it like planned in my head, like when YouTube really does blow up. Because I've been like, I would have to say like I've asked, because those guys, when they would bring up Adam, I was like straight up on some like Fatal Attraction, like cafe employee edition or something. Like anytime when them guys brought him up, I was just like, what's going on? Where is he? I'm like, where is he at right now? I'm like, is he still? I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I was questioning him. I'm all like, bro, this is a grown man. I shouldn't be doing this to him. But no, jokes aside, though, I was all like, I know when YouTube blows up, like, I remember that was one thing that I got out of him before he left was that one of his, I think it was a BMW i8. I think, or no, not i8, or maybe it was it was either an M3 or an M5. A BMW i8 is the BMWs that I like. I'll get him all three. If I don't know which ones to get him, yeah, I'll get him all three and just be like, okay, so which one do you want? Like, I can't remember which. The i8 is my choice. So if you choose that, cool, dope, because we can have both matching BMWs. But if not, I'm like, it's between the M3 and the M5. I remember he was saying how and I remember the BMW that he had. I remember he had one, and it was pretty dope. And I was like, that was nice, but I can't remember which one it was. So I'm all like, whichever one. I'm all like, or just, I don't know, go to a BMW dealership. And I'm like, choose one, bro. I'm like, this is for picking or like taking me on at the cafe. So I'm like, this is just me paying the favor. And with Shannon, I gotta take Shannon to like one of those like sneaker shopping shows in Complex or something like that. They be showing in the sneaker shopping YouTube videos. I'm like, get whatever sneaker. I'm like, get those one pair of sneakers that you seen when you was like 5 years old and you've been wanting them for years and you never had the chance of getting them. I'm like, this is your chance. Which Jordans or Nikes or Adidas or whatever shoes do you want? I swear, she's all like, can we go to like Foot Locker or something and get like some Jordan Flights? I'm like, nah. I'm like, we ain't doing that. I'm like, don't say that. I'm like, you have a chance to get any Air Jordan of any kind that's worth thousands of dollars. You want to go to Foot Locker and get you some $100 Jordans. I'm like, no. I'm like, I will cut all connections with you. That's just something that you just don't tell a sneakerhead. So, But anyways, and then with my other managers, like I felt like I just kind of left like the other managers was cool too. Like but it was just those two were my favorite. I'm pretty sure like these guys got that would be messed up if they was like, Tyler, like you was my favorite employee and you didn't even have me on that list of like favorite managers. I'm sorry, I am. Like I think I would have to. I'm gonna have to do something for those managers too. I will, cause no, the other managers, it was just them two in my favorite. I'm sorry, but I'm like it's one of those things where it's like how like basketball fans like how they have like the top 5 and stuff, and there was like a bunch of like basketball players playing during Michael Jordan's days and Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, but how they will only name off those. So it's kind of something like that. Like those were just to me that was like my Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, like with like a Bon Appetit Cafe edition. But yeah, everybody else would probably, I don't know, I have to think of like some like basketball players that was like up there with them but wasn't like, that wouldn't be on that list. Like they were like on the second list. But anyways, no, but all my managers, they were pretty chill. I had to say like we've all like bumped heads, but they were pretty chill. They were pretty chill. So anyways, shout out to all those guys. But anyways, thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. And check out my merch store. A lot of merch is up right now. Hoodies, pants, leggings for women. Either way, I don't really care. Buy whatever you want to buy. But yeah, it's a lot of merch is up. It's up on there right now. So go check it out. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. And peace.